Good evening and a warm welcome to Camnet Television. Camnet, not just another channel. I'm our presenter, Namwenga Mwenga. We now look at the news headlines. Zambia reopens exam classes Monday, 1st June. Foreigners and PF cadres to secretly open bars, NAREP. State to pay Clive Chira 15 million kwacha, Lusaka High Court. Zambia request for IMF emergency fund, Gary Rice. Trump terminates U.S. relationship with World Health Organization. We now take a break.
I've always been passionate about moving forward as fast as I could. Even as a child, all I ever wanted was to take first place at everything I could work towards. Whether I'm on the track or in the lecture room, my goal is to come out on top.
Growing up, we were always called Mafasho. You could say this paved the way for who we would become. We owe our success to our understanding of the power of storytelling, understanding what people connect to in order to give them what they desire.
We have always been passionate about people and honoring their stories. Our learning experience gave us the knowledge to channel our creativity into a business.
In order to start any successful journey, we must have a place to start. Even if that means we keep our mental image in focus as we become the inevitable solution to society's inevitable problems.
Which is why we all start our journey here.
And other news in detail. Zambia will tomorrow, Monday, 1st June 2020, reopen examination classes on conditions that schools enforce the prescribed public health guidelines, regulations, and certifications. This follows President Edgar Lungu's directive that examination classes in both primary and secondary schools should reopen in order not to rob the children's right to education. The President made this directive in his fourth address to the nation on the coronavirus pandemic, saying that as much as all classes of learners are important for children, examination classes should reopen while ways are being sought to reopen other classes. Lungu also directed the Ministry of Health and the Disaster Management and Mitigation Unit to ensure that preventive measures are taken. Meanwhile, some pupils and parents have expressed fear, citing poor health safety measures against COVID as their main concern. The pupils have since appealed to government through the Ministry of General Education to ensure that schools comply with the health guidelines towards the fight against the pandemic. The pupils expressed fear for the coronavirus, adding that many of their colleagues are ignorant and might endanger their lives as well. They have further appealed to the school authorities to work hand in hand with the government to ensure safety, adding that their parents are equally as afraid of COVID as well. On the 30th of May 2020, the Medical for Quality Healthcare in Zambia, MECAS, and the National Action for Education in Zambia, NACES, carried out a survey that indicated the inadequate COVID-19 facilities in rural schools. In other news, residents of Lusaka's Mwembeshi rural area have called on government to consider construction of a feeder road that leads to several vital institutions in the area. The residents have complained that the road that leads to institutions such as schools, clinics, and other public places have remained dilapidated, making lives of people, including civil servants, difficult. One of the aggrieved, Sanford Chendende, a teacher and a businessman, has told Camnet TV that it was high time the road was worked on as the public transporters have shunned the road. Mr. Chendende says life is even harder for school-going children, causing them to be dropouts due to long distances they cover to their schools since buses do not use the said road. Police reports that one person died while 7 others, including the driver, sustained serious injuries in a fatal road traffic accident which occurred on 30th May 2020 around 16 hours along Musundu Luwingu Road in Kawambwa district. Mr. Danny Mwale, acting police spokesperson, said that Kabampundu, age not known, but believed to be a Congolese national, died when the vehicle he was traveling in overturned, killing him instantly. The injured have been identified as Kabamba Mukendi, aged 45, of Lubumbashi, Democratic Republic of Congo, Riden Kabamba, aged not known, of Ndola District, and Mulenga, 21. Others are Kennedy Chileshe, aged not known, Joseph Chanda, aged 40, and Simon Muyambo, aged 22, of O Mansa District. Mr. Mwale says that the accident happened when the driver of the Scania truck, registration number AAG 3944, identified as Abel Mulenga, age 24, of Luwingu District, failed to negotiate a curve due to excessive speed and in the process lost control of the vehicle, causing it to overturn. Meanwhile, the taxi driver of Kapirimposhi District had his registered car, a Toyota Plus, stolen while parked at a funeral house. The taxi driver, identified as Imagine Siatwenda, aged 28, of the compound in Kapirimposhi, suspected to have been poisoned with unknown substances after being booked and later found himself dumped in Kabwe. The condition of the taxi driver is stable. We now take our first commercial break. Don't go away.
Can I have that meal over there? And I really want that crispy, fresh apple taste from the garden. Can I have happy apple?
I think I'll have my big bite 2 meal with happy waziwaka. Give us your
Enjoy an appetizing big bite meal with an happy drink of your choice. A meal is not a meal without an happy drink. And now introducing Happy in a can.
Dr. Bigron, musaibala komutienda okuni gift na land. Uchenkubeti uibise mojo basayone. Oh! Mwina moshi, nakuletera njinga. Latest ina reverse gear na mawaipa.
Difficult chidi ya shidi ya njinga. Liam 19 pendefcon. Transport, we got it.
Nanga phone for communication. Ipu sana chizungu. Yeah, you see what I mean?
It's a Camnet difficult.
It's communication. We got it. Mommy!
Powerful system ndimba X-Buzz.
Mfumile kukalale. Na mnaimo muli bakumushi. We got it. Yo Bikron, utole no leta nchemfule mungani. Ngecho wachira pose nishichinshi. 1, 2, 3, both of you. Kabala ngempanga. Don't be stupid. We got it.
Limited is a young and vibrant insurance company that is focused on changing the outlook of the insurance landscape.
At Savenda General Insurance, we believe in a quick settlement of claims because we believe the customer is the reason why we exist.
Such living proof motivates us to know that you can count on us to actually be there for you in times of need.
We have been able to pay claims of about 14 million kwacha.
Savenda General Insurance Limited offers aviation, agriculture, marine, fire, motor vehicle, engineering and construction, and miscellaneous insurance.
Come and see what we're able to offer, what we can do. You will never be disappointed because we are here for you.
For further details, call us on 0211-250-278 or 0955-555744.
You're still watching Camnet Television. Camnet, not just another channel. We continue. Prime Television has rubbished the rumors circulating on social media platforms alleging that the station is set to resume operations on Monday this week. The station manager Mukokwa Kozi has refuted the news as baseless and unfounded. He says the station never approached the courts as alleged in the news making rounds. In a statement received by Camnet TV Cause, it says the station notes with concern the fake news published by some sections of media suggesting that Prime Television is resuming its broadcasting on Monday, 1st of June 2020, adding that the news circulating on social media is fake and has no grain of truth, and that the Prime Television opted not to take the matter to court. Thus, a proposition that the court made some decisions to open Prime TV is mere fabrication, as no such matter is before the court. Further, Colsey adds that Prime TV has opted to engage key stakeholders as opposed to litigation. The TV station has since advised members of the public to treat such publication as fake. Prime TV management will update the public on any changes in the status of Prime TV in due course. Nara President Stephen Nyirenda claims that the country has been sold to foreigners, the Zambians watch and complain. Nyirenda has accused the PF for secretly allowing PF cadres and foreigners to operate bars freely, whilst the majority of bars in the compounds remain closed. He urged Zambians to be patriotic and support their fellow Zambians on and put Zambia and Zambians first.
I'm very, very shocked. Last night I took a tour in some few shopping malls. I went to East Park Mall. Between 01 and 04, I found that at Chicago's people were drinking, no social distance, jam-packed, and so on and so on. I was shocked. I can't remember any time that the Republican President, Mr. Lungu, did announce to say bars are open. They say they are restaurants. Who is eating at 1 a.m., at 2 a.m., at 3 a.m.? All of these bars, they belong to foreigners. When I went further into selling compounds where I found bars that belong to Zambians, they were closed with the tight security. Policemen were all over. But the bars belonging to foreigners, they were open. What is going on? And also, it was also for me a shock. Certain bars which were open in the compounds, like Padley Brew, we are told, well, this is a PF guy. He knows where to touch. He knows what to do. So it's either you are a PF guy or a foreigner to be able to survive in this country. Zambia is for Zambians. A Zambian needs to be treated as number one in this country. But what is PF government doing? Is treating the foreigners as number one. Which country are we going to run to? This is our country. We are the only people who are going to develop this country. What these foreigners are doing, they are selling, we are giving them the money, they take the money outside. That money that you used yesterday, tomorrow, Monday, it will be out. It will be in Europe, it will be in China, it will be anywhere. And we are left with the problems here.
The Lusaka High Court has ordered the state to pay Professor Clive Chirwa 15 million kwacha plus for illegal termination of contract. The judgment was passed on Thursday, 28 May 2020. Clive Chirwa's employment as Managing Director of Zambia Railways was terminated by late President Sata on allegations of corruption. Professor Chirwa worked for 7 months, but the court said he should be deemed to have served the full 5-year contract term. Leave to appeal has been granted to the defendants, Zambia Railways and Attorney General. Coming up is international news. We take a break.
You all know how important good nutrition is to grow up big and strong. Not only is cowbell milk enriched with 28 vitamins and minerals, it's also boosted by the 5 most important vitamins, which we call Vita-Rich.
It's got vitamin A for good eyesight development. It's got vitamin C to help fight infections. It's got vitamin D and calcium to help build strong bones and teeth. It's got vitamin E to help with body protection. And it's got vitamin K for general well-being and immunity.
For good health and vitality, only cowbell with Vita-Rich puts you on the fast track.
Super cereal. Super cereal.
Super cereal.
We always start our day with nutritious super cereal. It's so easy to make. Just add hot water or milk. Fortified with essential vitamins, gives you energy and keeps you alert. Super cereal is so good for you. Comes in 3 yummy flavors: original, banana, and strawberry, and tastes so good.
Easy Super Cereal is made from non-GMO maize and soya and is good for the whole family. Found in all leading stores. Quick and easy.
Tastes delicious. Super cereal. Full of goodness.
Makes you stronger.
Super cereal.
Easy Super Cereal. Brought to you by Java Foods.
The University of Zambia Institute of Distance Education, in collaboration with the Zimbabwe Open University, opens enrollments for the October academic year with interesting courses to pick from. Actualize your dreams via distance learning with UNZA Institute of Distance Education in MBA, Master of Science in Counseling, Master of Science in Peace Leadership and Conflict Resolution, Master of Education in Education Management, Doctor of Philosophy in any field. To apply, go to myidepg.unza.zm apply. Come and experience the best educational services. For more details, visit the Institute of Distance Education, Jesmondine main offices in Lusaka or our provincial centers. Call +260 978 772 249 or 097 778 753 or visit us at www.unza.zm. The University of Zambia. Service and excellence.
Welcome back. In international news, Zambia has requested for IMF emergency fund. Speaking at a press conference recently, Gary Rice, IMF Director of Communications, confirmed that Zambia has requested for emergency assistance from its international partners and the IMF for economic reforms. Gary said that, however, this is only possible on conditions that Zambia puts steps to debt sustainability.
Yes, I can confirm the Zambian authorities have requested emergency assistance from its international partners, including the fund. This comes in addition to an earlier request from Zambia for fund support for their economic reform program more broadly. Any IMF financial support, including emergency financing, is contingent on steps to restore debt sustainability.
Zambia's Secretary to the Treasury, Fredson Yamba, recently announced that government has engaged Lazafer, a financial advisor, to help the country manage its ballooning debt. Lazafer is expected to be paid $5 million. U.S. President Donald Trump has announced that he is terminating the country's relationship with the World Health Organization. The UN agency that helps countries promote healthcare and tackle outbreaks of diseases is yet to comment on Mr. Trump's decision. The U.S. president has accused the organization for failing to hold Beijing to account over the coronavirus pandemic. Announcing measures aimed at punishing Beijing, President Trump claimed that China has total control over the World Health Organization. He adds that Washington will redirect funds to other bodies. The U.S. is the global health agency's largest single contributor, providing more than $4 million in 2019, around 15% of its total budget, while China only contributes about $40 million annually. But on Saturday, the European Union led calls for the Trump administration to reconsider its decision, warning it could hamper global efforts to tackle the coronavirus pandemic. Trump announced last month that he was going to halt USA funding for the World Health Organization unless it undertook substantive improvements within 30 days. The World Health Organization's Director General Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus has promised a review of its response to the pandemic and defended its independence. Other countries, including Germany and the UK, have said that they have no intention of withdrawing funding from the World Health Organization, which is coordinating a global initiative to develop a vaccine against COVID-19.
because they have failed to make the requested and greatly needed reforms, we will be today terminating our relationship with the World Health Organization and redirecting those funds to other worldwide and deserving urgent global public health needs. The world needs answers from China on the virus. We must have transparency. Why is it that China shut off infected people from Wuhan to all other parts of China? It went nowhere else. It didn't go to Beijing. It went nowhere else. But they allowed them to freely travel throughout the world, including Europe and the United States. The death and destruction caused by this is incalculable. We must have answers, not only for us, but for the rest of the world.
Trump has since suspended the entry of certain foreign nationals in a bid to ensure national security.
Today I will issue a proclamation to better secure our nation's vital university research and to suspend the entry of certain foreign nationals from China who we have identified as potential security risks. I am also taking action to protect the integrity of America's financial system. I am instructing my presidential working group on financial markets to study the differing practices of Chinese companies listed on the U.S. financial markets with the goal of protecting American investors. Investment firms should not be subjecting their clients to the hidden and undue risks associated with financing Chinese companies that do not play by the same rules. Americans are entitled to fairness and transparency. Our actions will be strong. Our actions will be meaningful.
And finally, in our news, protests have continued in the U.S. over the death of George Floyd at the hands of the police. In a solidarity speech, protesters have voiced out their concerns. We monitored Fox News.
The reason why buildings are burning is because this city, this state, would prefer preserving that white nationalism and that white supremacist mindset over arresting, charging, and helping to convict 4 officers who killed a black man. That is the reality of what we're dealing with. This is not just a few cops doing things across the country. This is not a good cop versus bad cop situation. This is Ahmaud Arbery being shot down by white men on the streets of Georgia. Breonna Taylor being killed in her home. This is in New York City, where we were until freedom. We were just in New York fighting the police officers who, in the name of social distancing, were damn near killing black young people on our streets. This is a coordinated activity happening across this nation. And so we are in a state of emergency. Black people are dying in a state of emergency.
Young people have since called upon the U.S. government to charge and arrest the police.
And so young people are responding to that. They are enraged, and there's an easy way to stop it. Arrest the cops. Charge the cops. Charge all the cops. Not just some of them, not just here in Minneapolis. Charge them in every city across America where our people are being murdered. Charge them everywhere. Do what you say this country is supposed to be about, the land of the free for all. It has not been free for black people, and we are tired. Don't talk to us about looting. Y'all are the looters. America has looted black people. America looted the Native Americans when they first came here. So looting is what you do. We learned it from you. We learned violence from you.
The end of the news, a recap of the top stories. Zambia reopens exam classes Monday, 1st June. Foreigners and PF cadres secretly open bars, NAREP. State to pay Clive Chiro's 15 million kwacha, Lusaka High Court. Zambia requests for IMF emergency fund, Gary Rice. Trump terminates U.S. relationship with World Health Organization. This has been Camnet Television. Camnet, not just another channel. Thank you for being with us, and God bless you.